Welcome back. This is part 3 of lecture number 8 of unit number 4. In previous lecture, we have seen a lot of details about the implementation of Android fragment, how to implement that one. And recently we have seen this list menu fragment class that implements list fragment. And task of this list fragment is to display a list view on an activity screen as shown in this particular snapshot. So this green colored area of screen is nothing but it is a list view, and this list view is held by this particular list fragment class. Okay. Now again we have seen this onCreate function. It takes three parameters: inflator, view group, and bundle. Okay, right. So task of inflator is to assign or map whatever layout we have defined in .xml layout file. In this case, this inflator class calls the inflate function, and to the inflate function or method r.layout.list items underscore info, this parameter is passed. So this parameter is nothing but it is a list items.xml list items underscore info.xml file in which we have defined the layout of list view. Okay, so this layout will be simply assigned to this particular list fragment class. Then next we have created array adapter, which will be the source of list items that will be shown in the list view. Okay, so while creating an object of the array adapter, we are passing here android dot r dot layout dot simple underscore list underscore item underscore 1. So these are predefined constants that can decide or specify how your list box item should look like, right? And the last parameter in this array adapter definition or creation is that the source from which names for that list item should be picked up. In this case, we are passing the string array whose name is the users. So at the beginning of this class, we have defined this string users array, which contains the say names of users. So these names of user may be mapped with this array adapter. And next we are setting this adapter for this particular list view by calling setListAdapter method and passing the adapter as a parameter. Okay, now this next function, it means view dot set background color, and then this is color that is called as the r dot color dot hollow underscore green underscore light. Again it is a predefined constant value for the green color, and task of this is that to set a background of a list view to this green light color. Okay, so as shown in this particular snapshot, this green color is set because we have given input of the hollow underscore green underscore light. Okay, so for that we need to call get resources function, and then on that we need to get color, and then we need to pass this one. We can change this constant value depending upon your requirement. For example, say here not Android, hollow. Okay, right, hollow underscore blue dark bright, then blue dark blue light, green dark green light. There are n number of colors. Okay. If I choose here purple, then this list box will be shown as a purple color. Okay, if you set this color as a whole underscore purple, then this green color rectangle or green color portion will be set to the purple color, but I will change it to the previous one. So I will delete it and give this green hollow underscore green dot green underscore light color. Okay, and then this onCreateView function returns the object of view to the calling class or calling method. Now what is the task of this on list item click, we will see later on. So after that, before going to into details of this particular method, we will move towards the details fragments dot java file that represents this particular blue screen, in which depending upon the selection from the list view, details of that particular user are displayed here in the form of name and the location to which he or she belongs to, right? So this is the definition of details fragment.java file, and its related layout file is called as the details underscore info.xml, which we have already seen. Here there is one one activity screen or fragment screen with the blue background, and it contains two text view in order to show this particular name and location data. But this data will be dynamically fetched when your user click on the list view item. That is why its text property is shown to the blank, and that's why there is nothing to show onto this particular layout file of this details underscore info.xml file. Okay, so see here, this details fragment is class is inherited from the class fragment, which is built in class in the Android, and then we have declared two objects of the text view, that is one is name and another is a location. This is because we want to extract the name of the user which the user has selected from this particular list, right? And the second text view, that is location, is used to set the text of this particular text view dynamically or programmatically when particular user clicks on this particular list item. That's why these two name and location classes object have been declared, whose are of type text view. Then onCreateView function, it is same as that of the previous one, because this is also fragment class. So onCreateView function takes same three parameters, that is inflator, view group and bundle. Okay, so inflator dot inflate method again map the whatever layout we have defined in the resource file of this details underscore info, in the details underscore info file, which we have seen this one. So this layout will be mapped with this particular fragment class. Okay, and the second parameter is called as the container. So it is a view object of the view group, and these values are received whenever this particular callback method is called by the system. So the container indicates into which activity or which view group that particular fragment is to be embedded. So that is specified by this particular second parameter, that is container, and third parameter is false. In previous lecture we have seen what is its meaning. Its type of boolean, its value will be either true or false. In this case we are passing false to this particular inflate method of the inflator class, right? Now next, what is the next step is that we are mapping our name text view by using find view by id, and we are storing the returned object into the name object, who is of type text view. Now see here, to this find view by id button we are passing r.id.name. okay, so this refers to the whatever details fragment info.xml is there. If you see here, it's text view or text view or text appearance of this particular layout file. This is the id of first text view, which is used to display a name of the user. Okay, That is why here r.id.name represents this particular text view, and by using this find view by id button we are mapping this text view with this particular object of text view whose name is a name. Similarly, we are mapping r.layout.location. It means again it is the another text view which is defined at this particular place whose id is a location. So this text view will be mapped using find view by id with the location object who is of type text view. It's a standard steps for every Android application. And finally, this onCreate function returns the object of view to the calling method or calling class. Okay. Now next function, it is user defined function whose return type is a void, and this is of type public. Return type, say access specifier is a public. It means this change function can be called by other classes as well. And observe it accepts two parameters, and type of both parameters is a string. So first is a username and another is a user location. So uname and ulocation. Okay. So values for this username and user location will be provided by the calling method or calling class, and simply values of this username and this user method user location will be set to the text property of this name and location text box, which we have mapped here with the corresponding resource from the resource file. Okay. For example, the calling function has called this change function change method with the name Suresh and Aurangabad. Then Suresh will be stored in uname, Aurangabad will be stored in ulocation, and then name dot set text uname. It will be set text property of this will be set to the Suresh, and text property of the location will be set to the Aurangabad. Okay, and it will display on the screen. Now coming to the list menu fragments.java, this function was remaining. That is called as a get say on list item click. Right. So this is again a callback method. It means whenever user tap or click on any list view item, then this callback method is automatically called by the Android system. Right. And since we are inheriting the list menu fragment from the list fragment, so there is no need to register or set a call on click function or set on click listener function at all, because it is provided by this list fragment as well. That is why we can directly override this on list item click function. Okay, so if you see here, it has a 4 parameters. First one is the list view in which particular item has been clicked. Second is the view, and it reflects that the view or activity in which this particular list view has been embedded. Then integer position, it returns the it contains the position or index of that particular list item which is selected or tapped by the user. For example, say this particular diagram or a snapshot, if user select this fourth name from this list box, and assuming the index of this list view starts from 0, so 0 1 2 3. Okay, so as soon as user clicks on this name, then this position will contain the value of 3, and this is the ID. Okay, now how it is processed, we will see that. So get list view function is used to get a pointer or get an access to the list view. Then set color function or method will be is used to set a color whenever user clicks or tap on the item, then that item should be highlighted with some particular color. So for that purpose this statement is used. So this get list view method will get access to the list view, and set color will set that particular selected item with the color which is provided as a parameter to this get set color function. For example, see here, this is again system predefined constant that represents orange light color. Similarly, you can change this as I say or as I shown earlier in this at this particular location. So from here you can choose any color depending upon your choice. So I will keep this one, which is orange light color. Okay, so here previously I had selected the light blue color, that's why this particular list item has been highlighted with the light blue color, but whenever we run this application this will be a light orange color. Okay, now next step is to extract the details about details of the list view which is selected by the user. Okay, so for that here we are creating object of the details fragment class, which is here. So detail fragments txt is equal to get fragment manager dot find fragment by id. This function works same as that of the find view by id, that's why here find fragment by id, and we are passing here the id of the fragment 2. So r dot id dot fragment 2, it will it indicates to the if you see in activity underscore main.xml file. So this is our fragment 2 and this is our fragment 1. So fragment 2 is used to display the details of the users which has been selected from the list view, right? So here this particular fragment will be mapped with this particular class. Okay, so the class type of this class is also details fragment, and here we are returning the fragment control as well, right? So after executing this statement, we have an object of the details fragment whose name is txt, and using txt we can call the functions of the detail fragment dot java. Okay, now what is happening here, txt dot change. Now here txt is the object of details fragment class, which is this class, and this class has a one function change, which is used to set or change the text property of the text view that belongs to this particular fragment. Okay, and remember this particular details fragment is mapped with this detail info fragment, and which has the two text view, name and location. Okay, which are here the name and location, right? So text dot change, and here we are passing some two attributes or two parameters, that is this first parameter and this is the second parameter. Now here out of into this particular first parameter, this name is a static string. It means in the whatever double quote you are able to see in green color, this is a static string, it will not going to change. And whatever here is that plus users and position. Okay, what this particular statement will do, whenever this function is called, it means whenever user click or taps on the particular list item, then that id of that list view and position of that particular item will be received into this particular variables, right? For example, say here user has selected this fourth one starting from 0, it is a third index. Okay, So as soon as user clicks on this particular Praveen list item, then this particular position variable will contain the value of 3. Okay, and here this string becomes, say here, name, then space. Now whatever text is there in the users array at the index which is pointed to by this particular position variable. In this case it is a value of 3 because this Praveen list item resides at fourth position starting from 0. So 0, 1, 2 and 3, right? So users of 3, if you see the users elements of users array, this is users array. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it will extract the name Praveen and it will concatenate that with this static string. So here it will be like this one, right? And then okay, so this text txt.change function will be interpreted like this one. So txt.change and first parameter will be like this one. Here it will be closed, name, then space, then Praveen. Now second parameter will be like this one. Again there is a static string that is called as the location. Okay, so it will be like this one, and then it will refer to the location array and whatever element that resides on the index which is pointed out by the position. Again in this case it is a 3. So the location array, this is the location array, and at point 3, so 0, 1, 2, 3 there is a Bangalore. Okay, so it will return this Bangalore text. So it will concatenate with this particular static string. So finally this particular function call will be interpreted like this one, means txt.change name colon Praveen comma location colon Bangalore, and these parameters will pass to the change function, and whenever this statement will be executed, it will call this change function. Okay, so here this uname contains name of the user, which is this one, name colon space Praveen will be stored in this uname, and uLocation will store the value of location colon space Bangalore, right? And now name dot set text and uname is passed here, right? So dynamically we are setting text property of the name text view to the string of this. It means name dot colon space Praveen. Similarly, location text property of the location text view we are setting with the uLocation, which contains the string of location colon space Bangalore. Okay, and then it will show the screen like this one. It means at second fragment this two string will be shown, name colon Praveen and location colon Bangalore. Okay, likewise if you select Suraj, then name will be Suraj, and depending upon the index of that particular item in the array, its appropriate location will be shown here, right? So coming to Android manifest.xml file, there is nothing to show specially in this particular file. Whatever code is generated by default, it is like it is there. Application tab, then there is one activity tag because we have one activity here, and other are the classes. These are not the activities. Okay, that's why their entry is not made in the manifest.xml file. And fragment no need to mention in the manifest.xml file, because fragments are the childs of the few group. It may few group may be an activity. That is why fragment should be added into their host activity. In this case, it is activity underscore main dot xml file, and here we are included that fragment in this particular layout file, right? So this was all about the code of implementation of the Android fragment. Now we will run this application and see how it behaves. Okay, so I'll run this application simply clicking on the run app button, and I will select this already selected APD. It is in process. Okay, it is emulator, and our application is running on the emulator instance, right? If you see the layout file of activity underscore main dot xml, and if you go to design view, then it will look like this one. Okay, so there is a text view whose text is fragments in Android. On emulator it is also shown here, but as far as contents of these fragments are concerned, content of these fragments are loaded dynamically at runtime. That is why in this particular design view it will not be visible. But see here, now our application is running, and while running the application, this first fragment that hosts the list view is shown as a green colored background, and it contains n number of usernames, whereas this second fragment, which is used to display the details about the users depending upon the selection from the left side list view, right? Okay, then I will select one of the item here. Okay, as soon as I click on this Shashi, it will show the name as a Shashi and location as a Pune. Similarly, if I select Satish, the name is Satish and location is Chennai. Okay, so to more clear understanding, we will debug this application. Already I have started the debugger, and I have put a breakpoint at appropriate locations. So here in list fragments.java file, I have given a breakpoint here, and in details fragment.java I have given a breakpoint into this change function. And how to start debugger? So for that, click on run, and then you simply click on the debug menu. It will start debugging, and your screen will be like this one. Now as soon as I select on this particular say third, that say fourth, that is Praveen, so it will stuck at this particular on item click listener. As soon as I click on this this on list item click function will be called by the Android system, and here all this value will be received. If you see here, the value of position is a 3, right? So we have clicked the preview, so 0 1 2 3, so value of the position will be returned as a 3. Okay, now we'll step forward, then it will map this particular fragment, and txt.change, this function will be called in order to change the text property of this particular fragment. Currently name is Shashi and location is Pune. This is the previous selection. Okay, now this text will be changed. That is why this change function will be called. Now see what happens. I will move forward. So it will call change function of this details fragment.java. Okay, right now we are here. So we will proceed. Okay, so here debugger has stuck here because there is a breakpoint given here. If you see the name, the values for this string username and location, see here, this is a value of this uname and this is the value of uLocation, and these strings will be set to this name and location text field. So here, see here, name will be this one and location will be set to the text location colon Bangalore. Okay. And then now see here, here is our emulator and app is running. So it will change to the name Praveen and location Bangalore. Okay. So in this way, fragments can be implemented depending upon our requirement. This example illustrates a very simple fragment which has two fragments. One is for list view and another is for detail view, and depending on voice relation from the list view, contents of the detail view will be changed. Alright, so if I select Charvi, then it will be name Charvi, location Indore. If I select Suraj, name Suraj, location Hyderabad. Okay, so this is index to index mapping as I said earlier. So here index of Suraj will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and whatever location array will be there and whatever text will be there at the sixth location, that will be the location of this Suraj. Okay, if we refer to the code of details, say this list menu fragment, here this is the location array, and at sixth position see what is the location name. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that is Hyderabad. That is why the location of Suraj is displayed as a Hyderabad. So name Suraj and Hyderabad. Likewise, if I select Satish, then it will be changed likewise, then Rohini, then Advika, likewise. In this way, fragments will be implemented. So thank you for listening to this lecture, and here we have completed with the topic fragment.